buntag sa tanan. Welcome to another insightful episode of Open Line News Media Forum on MyTV Cebu, where all of our lines are open to discuss the latest and most relevant issues in business, economics, politics, governance, culture, and the arts, among many others. My name is Andrea Patania Matthew, and joining me is, of course, my partner, Mr. Eric Espina.
Good morning, Andy. How are you? How is everybody?
Good.
Welcome to Open Line, the media forum where all questions are open and all individuals are openly welcome to join and be a party to this activity. So, gwapo kayo ang atong kuan karon, ang atong programa karon kay it has everything to do with arts.
Yes, and culture.
Culture, entertainment, and part of perhaps history, di ba?
Yes, and before ni mo i-introduce, Sir Eric, ang mga guest speakers for today, atong pasalamatan atong venue partner for this Tuesday. Daghan kaayong salamat to Harold's Evotel Cebu, and of course, we'd also like to thank our friends from the media who are joining us both physically and online through our live stream on MyTV Cebu's Facebook page and YouTube channel. And do join our discussion later on. Feel free to type in your questions for our guest speakers through the comment section.
And of course, partner, ay kalimti, kuan. We did invite the Philippine Coast Guard, diba?
Yes, we did.
How did that go?
They had an emergency activity, so they had to beg off for today's forum. But hopefully, we can invite them. Hopefully next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, yes. Okay, so ato nang sugdanin, no? We have none other than Patay Elmer Mandian is Jojo. This is a loving name of parents. Mr. Elmer Jojo Labella, Executive Director, Sinulog Foundation, Inc. Mayong buntag.
Mayong buntag, Sad Eric.
Yeah. And then to my right, we have Mr. Arnel Pahang, Marketing and Promotions, Alba Music Production. So kung gusto mo maghimong singer, at mo Mr. Pahang.
Okay, good morning. Sorry for my voice.
So nindot kayo ni atong topic karon, Sir Eric, no? Because after a 2-year hiatus of having events held virtually, the Sinulog and even kining kabahin sa theater arts, finally our events are now back physically nagyod. So, pila na lang ka days to go? 33 days to go before Christmas plus 15?
On the 15th of
On the 15th of January 2023, finally magkasinulog na kita, but this time for the very first time in history, ipahigayon na niya sa SRP. So, Sir Jo, can you give us the latest updates? Unsa pa may angay namong mahibaw-an nga wa pa nimo na share sa atong mga higala sa media ni atong mga past few days. So, do we have other new updates?
With the new updates, there are still concerts that are being proposed to be held, pero wa pa gina makuha ni kay because of the concerns of security, conflict of schedule as to the Sinulog festivities, no? And one thing masagod ang kuha na to ani is we discourage them from calling this a Mardi Gras, okay? This is more or less veneration, devotional, diba? Because it's a religious con. Although it is related to arts and culture and of course entertainment, but the main focus also is that this is on a fiesta celebration of our icon nga si Señor Santo Niño. So we call this the Grand Parade, especially kanan sa 15 nga tawgon man usahin nila og Mardi Gras good. Then of course this is really an engineering challenge, especially sa setup, because this is for the very first time anhata sa SRP. And lisod gyud ni kay we have to put up a kaning grandstand, which is amphitheater type. The mayor really had a very, we saw the vision and the wisdom that the mayor wanted to put up, especially related to the Singapore Light, monang SRP niya hold. At the same time, the practicality of it is to decongest the city, di ba? Kanang ini Sinulog Day, sirado, di ka traverse here and there, except for the religious activities like the katong sa procession, the grand kining inunta solemn procession, and also this kining walk with Mary, walk with Jesus, anhagyapon sa usual route. But for this kaning Mardi Gras, dili Mardi Gras lagi, Grand Parade, mao man gyud ni ang grabe na gyud ang tao. In fact, Osmeña Boulevard used to be Jones Avenue. Dili gina na passable even sa mga kining mga kining mga bicycle, motorcycles na because of grabe nga tao. So this is more or less to decongest, another thing. But one thing is SRP is fast growing, especially with investors coming in, daghan ang proposal for business establishments. At the same time, it's a very good venue for Sinulog because there is an ample, and this time shorter na ni ang route. Because the usual route before is about 5.9 kilometers. This time is just about 4.5. Of course, with the usual competitions, Festival Queen, kaning Grand Parade, of course, then what else? Kaning mga photo contest na agihapon, nightly shows at Fuente Osmeña and Plaza Independencia na agihapon ni. And others, there are mga requests for pocket concerts outside the Sinulog activities.
Ako lang tawag na siyang director kay he's really not just executive director but also a director on of many TV programs. No? Director Jojo, are we saying exclusively it will already be in just SRP? Di na moagi sa ubang mga ruta? Para lang maklaro.
Because ang Sinulog it's best magyud presented ang kining gitawag og carousel type, no? Where a contingent starts or asa naka-station, in most cases adto sad siya mo end. Kay right after doon naman siya yung grand presentation sa stage. Aside from the street dancing, doon na stage presentation. After the stage presentation, mo exit ni sila, mamingaw na tong road, di ba? So, inighuman sa stage presentation, padayon ang ilang street dancing because there are several judges also along the route sa street dancing. Sa SRP mismo. Kaning main road sa SRP ha, baliko na, then go sa kining, there's a vacant lot which is about 3 hectares man siguro na. At the back of City de Mare and San Remo. Diha, the road going to Bigfoot or NOAA. Then kanang vacant lot where the BBM rally was held, we will put up, Engineer Dakay and Engineer Bo with the one of the mayor, approval of the mayor and his concept, adto na ibutang ang amphitheater type of stage. They're targeting 9,000, but the original design is about 5,000 capacity. Kung moabot na tag 9,000, hapit-hapit na mo pareho capacity sa grandstand, except ang structural lahi man gyud ang sa City Sports Grandstand. So far, then bleachers along the route nasa panghimuon nga designed also by Engineer Ricky Dakay.
Sir, about 8 days ago, gibalita nga 15 contingents have already signed up for the... Initially. How many na karon, sir?
Karon nagsigi pa mig confirm sa uban because daghan ang kuano. Then when there was a choreographers workshop, actually daghan ang choreographers that signified to join, but sila mismo ang nag-request because the deadline for the submission of entries is supposed to be on the 1st of December. Ihangyon silang i-extend to December 10. So ana na gyud na nato makiti during the deadline of pila gyud ni ka contingents.
Mag-uhay ra ni gi-extend to December 10, sir. Deadline for registration?
During the there was a choreographers
workshop
meeting after the workshop.
But so far, sir, karon November 22, ni-increase ba ni ang 15 nga ni initially sign up?
That's all because kuduna na yung mga including kuan bago lang ni request ang kuan to have letters also of invitation like outside the country like Korea, there are about 2 groups. Indonesia signified also their intention.
Indonesia.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mao lagi, but these are just guest contingents kaya di
Guest
man ni sila
contingents.
mga
Yeah.
devote ay nung ta Catholic countries, di ba? Mm.
Sa kuan, Singapore na po.
Yeah.
Hopefully, hopefully.
Hopefully na.
It's a very good
Okay.
input.
Sir Joe, asa man nato giay ang ipahibutang kaning tent city nga
Along
Naandan
the
gid sa Sinulog.
Sinulog route area, then at the back also of the amphitheater, nasa yung mga tents, no? Then, in fact, we also invited HTRAC to put up a certain zoning, dun a certain establishment dito along, dun na may zones nga himuon, zoning nga himuon with the executive committee. The executive committee is actually headed by Councilor Philip Zafra. But joining us, kasi kaning mga clusters are actually chaired by the different councilors. And one of the most participative, si Vice Mayor Raymond Garcia, and the city administrator Suzanne Ardoza is part of the Execom. Dondon Huntiveros is with the promotion cluster. James Cuenco with the social welfare cluster. Si Ma'am Joy Pisquera is also acting on behalf of Mike Rama sa Execom. Then also of course, Philip Zapra handling the contest cluster. Then James Cuenco, who else did I not mention? Basta more or less these are the key persons.
Sanang mga konsehal na lang.
All the councils are part of the clusters.
Sir, usa sa mga major concerns gid ani matag
Si
sinulog.
Beth Aureliano pala is part of the Execom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, usa sa mga major concerns gid matag sinulog is the transportation. Kani adto when it was at the original route diha sa may Osmania Boulevard, medyo daghan magug access points for commuters. Karon sa SRP, how do people get there? Will there be a designated parking lot for private vehicles katong mga walay sakyanan? Maglakaw ba sila gikan sa City Hall padung sa kanang sinulog venue?
In reality, doon nagi mga parking areas, no? Gi-appeal dako man kay ng SRP pa. There are lots of vacant lots available, especially near the pond. And one thing also, what was being planned, I mean, it's gradually being constructed now. Kining dunay another about 4 separate outlets na ay going to Highway Tagunol, doon na say going to kining access nga rin sa basta murag 4 access ni going to Mambaling inana nga i-open sad nila. There are about 4 aside from working it out kaning another access nga rin sa may Templete. And SM also made a proposal regarding having some bus stations for my bus nila. Then the kining mga habal-habal wanted to also to put up some services like the Angkas, the Grab, and every one habal-habal components.
Kaning mga bleachers, what would be the capacity of the bleachers along the way and how many would be constructed?
Basta the capacity of the bleachers they're eyeing is about mga 12,000 tanan. Because we're putting up siguro between 500 to 1,000 bleachers.
Expected individuals, ang crowd, how big a crowd are you expecting? More or less?
We were expecting mga of course 2 million. But maglakaw-lakaw mo ginang uban no, along the area, especially on ngadto sa Juan mismo because it's a fenced area man ang sa kanang likod sa City de Mare nga mo ay murag adto ang stage ug ang amphitheater.
Ang importante si Buano, mangutana gyud. Pwede ba magdag kuan? Kanang kuan para inom along the way.
Dunay liquor ban. Dunay liquor ban.
At least klaro.
Dunay liquor ban.
Di na pwede sa SRP. Around that area. So, bang lugar pwede lang?
Liquor ban is siguro along Cebu City. Kaya the whole Cebu City will be celebrating Sinulog, yes, no? The city proper, kining mga party-party. Kaya doon na namang may bad experience before. Yeah, nahimo tong issues, daghang mga problema. In fact, katong a sad story about a young person na murag overdose sa drugs, mga inana. Hilikayan yun na. So, security-wise, grabe ang kuha na ni Ron plans with the police who's really working hard. Niya confirmed yesterday sa CCPO na there will be augmentation as to the force.
Director Jojo, are we cutting down on the number of participants? I mean, in terms of individuals per contingent, or this is now full force, full throttle?
No, yeah. The usual setup of this is actually the inunta how it was normally created and designed, and you know how they presented it before.
Okay. Will the governor be participating, because she's a very popular participant and supporter of
She never
Sinulog?
missed a sinulog. Wa siya mo join. In fact, even with the virtual sinulog, naagid to siya because past 2 years during the pandemic, virtual man ta. Ang mga opening, of course, dito ra sa sud sa Fort San Pedro, the governor really joined, Governor Juan Garcia, which we really appreciated it.
Si Mayor Mike Rama, pwede siguro mag-tandem sila sa kuan, kuan pa. That would be a first siguro, no?
I remember before the late Mayor Labella, he was actually requested by the governor also nga manayaw silang duha. But I think the former mayor the late mayor died, and the late mayor declined. Yeah, before.
What are the chances si Mayor Mike Rama being also kuan ka na bang hilig po sa mga arts sinana nga basin niya musugod siya nga musayaw po?
Ila lang sana sa atong mga creatives. Yeah.
Sir, as early as now, have you sent an invitation already to President Marcos Jr. to attend the festivities here in Cebu?
Honestly, what I have heard of is that he is coming. And I think there was already a confirmation. He was invited, of course, but I believe he accepted the invitation to come during the festivities.
Apil po si Vice President Sara Duterte siguro
Of
sa
course,
invitation. Of
siguro,
course, kaya
everybody
sila okay.
among the VIPs.
I recall, Director Jojo, that when I got to interview previously si Mayor Mike Rama, he would always say that there would be at least about 1 billion pesos worth of economic activity that Sinulog generates. So, will it be more than 1 billion, or we're just aiming for the 1 billion pesos of economic activity and benefits for Cebu?
Actually, good drought manta for the past 2 years, and as of now, with kwan lang sa good ta, the truth is we are still scouting for sponsors, although we already have a lot of inquiries as to sponsor packages. Daghang gyud nga gusto mo sponsors, including X-Deals, including kanang cash kuan good sponsorship. Yeah.
Kay Kwan katong when I got to interview with Kwan kaning Mayor Mike Sauna, ingon siya in terms of hotels, tourist arrivals, gasto sa pagkaon, palit og t-shirt, almost 1 billion pesos ang gikita gyud sa Kwan.
Definitely sa totoo, especially pre-pandemic days. Oo. But of course, dagdagan mag-expenses, di man umabot yung billion ang kita sa SFI, no? But siguro sa totality of income of the city, na maabot kita na.
How about in terms of prices, sir? Number one, sa ticket prices na anabatay na
Ang ako lang
decidan?
isulti, wa pamantay in details, but the usual.
The usual ticket prices. How about the prizes for the winners?
The prize-
Mas dako ba next year?
Definitely, it will still be the same.
Same.
Niagi man tag pandemic, good niagi patag odet, no? So the same lang sa tanan. Even kining mga kining mga inunta trade fairs, the rentals, everything will be the same. The registration fees, floats, and contingents, and all the competitions, the same regapon.
Kwan kaning ang so far, are you expecting only 15 contingents, or
No.
your projection is moabot siguro 20? Hopefully.
More than tingali kay deadline nato is the 15. Wa pagali ana ang mga city contingents kanang 15. wa pa ang city contingents mga outside Cebu City lang na.
Napay murag defending champion nga masulti nato nga murag para mahimog yung murag sangka ba.
Well, Basakanon is there, no, mga mga defending. I'm not so sure with Tanggub, no, kay they've been also inunta mahimong sa to silang star of the show before, but lahi man ang LGU kuanro, no, ang nagda sa LGU, so I don't know, pero wala pa man sila. We tried to get in touch with them, kay mga tao expected man sa to silang mo-join on because they're very good presentations. Wala pa man sad sila ni Kwan, so I don't know if but most of the winners, especially ang mosang gi-invite ang some of the winners sa Pasigarbo to join.
Would you be at liberty to tell us this early who would be the judges and how many?
Wa pa man gyud na ma-final sad as of this point in time. Wala pa man ay final list, but doon na yung mga Kwan prospective judges for the Kwan Sinulog. We actually import also from the NCCAs, the National Kwan, and other known kining mga judges nga Kwan.
You know, it would be interesting if Kuan kaning we would have foreign judges, let's say from Korea and from the countries that are known for arts also, because that will perhaps add, no, if
Yeah, but I guess they also have to be familiar with. Oh no, daghan man tag mga Koreans yun nga kanang who wanted to be with us. In fact, when I went to Wonju before, diagi mga close, especially with the former executive director si Ricky Ballesteros, kay he's really a very good friend also of mine. Nga naghansad sila mga contacts along this mga other countries. But ang problema lang siguro ani is especially for kining gitawag og Sinulog base, lahi ang ilahang kuan siguro, no? Okay. Di man ni may pagka venerative man ni atong kuan presentation. But of course with the free interpretations, okay, tingali na pud na. Yeah.
Sir, if you could estimate the percentage of preparedness nato for Sinulog 2023, pila nakahata ka percent, sir?
Depende na ni sa area ron kay in terms of engineering and infrastructure. Maingon na lang di takahatag og kuang yung specific. And also for the daghan mangguni nga area like sa creative, sa production area, and so sa mga contingents. So di takakuan yung percentage as of this time.
Pero ang pinakamadugo gyud nga part is the engineering part.
Because mo na challenge
Yeah.
yun, no? Because it will be held at SRP. Di man pareho sa dirita sa City Sports na ang grandstand, na ang route niya, it's already fenced. Kini, this time we have to create or replicate Abeliana, di ba? Yeah.
Katong restroom, sir, unsay update atong final plans ninyo for the portable toilets?
Yeah. Kay the President, Mr. Ricky Dakay, and even the Mayor Rama also agreed with it, and also Engineer Bo Vargas of SRP, nga ang sanitary bitaw usahay ang kining kuan portalets.
Yeah.
Di ba? Nga inig-open ay mo lang daan. So, kining atong mga sa engineering part kay engineer man ni si Sir Bo Vargas ug si especially doctor and engineer man ni si Engineer Ricky Dakay. What they plan to make is kaning container van, 20-footer container van, niya buhatag mga modulars, just like a normal CR with a septic tank, and siguro to kuan para less ang water requirement, he will be using enzymes sa mga septics.
Mga how many of these, sir, yung container vans?
Targeting 10 container vans.
10 container vans.
As CRs.
Okay. Ako lang ni papangutana, maybe the mayor can also consider it kay sa Mascarabasan festival. They were able to invite Channel 5 to have their lunchtime program right in Bacolod, yes. So
Okay.
it
That's
also
Kuan,
pushed
yeah.
the of Mascara into the national consciousness additionally.
Live, they did it live.
They did it
Lunchtime?
live. Oh, LOL.
Kaya kini atong
Laugh out loud nga kanang ilang programa sa
Program.
Channel 5 o sa Bacolod yun sila.
Yeah,
So,
but during the lunch break, there is a lunch break day during the Sinulog day. That is the 12 to 1. Mao man ang kining atong Best of Cebu sad nga presentation. It will be just on stage kay mo rest man ni atong contingent at that time, di ba? Rest time man ni nila.
Kani sila, murag, it was independent. It was really just to push that they were here.
Yeah.
They were just there for Mascara. But it was usual program, but pushing for Mascara.
So far, wala pa
Wala pa.
wa pa'y request, no? Yeah, of course, my TV.
Soon from my
My
TV.
TV is, we're expecting my TV to be, of course, joining with us. Yeah.
Pohon. Sige, mag-storya niya after ano. Sir Jo. Sir Eric, we were supposed to begin Sir Arnel's discussion with an excerpt first of the play. However, I think we're still waiting for some of the cast members to arrive. So, ato na lang i-save ang best part for the last, ang ato ang sneak peek of their presentation. But for now, siguro, let's ask Sir Arnel what this play is all about and pila ka buok performers, local talents ba ni sila tanan? Go ahead, sir.
All right. Good morning, and thank you for inviting me to the Open Line News Forum. I think this is organized by the MyTV, correct? And sponsored by Harold's Eve Hotel. Maayong buntag sa itong mga televiewers, no? And I'm representing Alba Music Productions. It's actually a SEC registered production company committed to creating quality musical theater using popular literature from around the world. And in this case, our first of a series of productions is called The Path to Avalon, King Arthur the Musical. Well, as to your question, yeah, we have about 40 cast, all Cebuanos, but our production company is owned by an Australian couple, Australian investor, and but married to a Filipina, and they have. They're amazed by the immense talent of the Filipinos, so that's the reason why they're investing in us. This is actually a story. It's a very popular story because it's an exciting project, but which aspires to combine a mythological melodrama from the fabled Scottish Isles, along with the mesmerizing talent of the Cebuanos. So you know that Cebu is the birthplace of the country's best singers, diba? Pilita Corrales came here, si Dulce, Sherin Rehis, and the rest of those. And so we have an exciting array of talents as well for this production, and it's going to be on November 26th and 27th. We have 3 shows per day. So that's 1 p.m., 4 p.m., and 7 p.m. And our tickets are very affordable at only 1,000 pesos, 750, 500. And we have special discounts for PWD senior citizens and students at only 350 pesos. So, we have a lot of sponsors. This one of our major sponsors is, of course, the SM Seaside City. Center Stage is one of the most sought-after entertainment venues in the city today. And we also would like to thank our media partners, of course, MyTV, and thank you for inviting us here. We have the region's top bloggers, Subu.ph, and CDN Link. All right, and we have other sponsors like Phil Construct Development Corporation. We have MGR Consultancy and Allied Services. We have SNADS Trading and Printing Services. They're actually instrumental in creating our cutouts. You know, when you go for a movie, a big Marvel movies, for instance, or Hollywood movies, they have these cutouts of the heroes, so they created that for us. And we had a very successful MediaCon, which I think one of your people has attended last 2 weekends ago, and that's the reason why we're now promoting this. We are very busy with promoting this in schools. We have campus tours and radio stations.
So what does this story revolve around, sir? If you could tell our audiences, and unsa may mga makatunan nila if they watch the play, what lessons do they get from watching this production?
Well, the question was raised during the MediaCon, how can we connect to King Arthur when it is about royalty? It is gleaned from halfway across the globe. But you know, if you really look at the story of King Arthur, it's really about humanity. It's about love. It's about deception. It's about forgiveness. It's about reconciliation. It's about intrigue, drama, mystery, so everything is there. And when you talk about Filipino folklore, we have a lot of those as well. Now, it's just the story of the rise and fall of Arthur as King of Britain. And there's a lot of stories there in, side stories, because Arthur is, in this production, is actually adopted. Because he is the true heir of a king who had no heirs. But since there was something happened along the way that he had to be adopted. Okay, so it's a very exciting story. And one of Cebu's top actresses, Miss Ligaya Rabago, also plays a very pivotal role as the mystical lady of the lake. And this is an original production because the script is based on an original script by playwright Trevor Holmes, and our musical scoring, we have all original songs in this by our musical director Jim Donachie. So there's a lot to be gleaned from this entertainment material, from this project or from this production, and it's a very wholesome material for family entertainment. So they can bring their kids, they can watch with their family members, and they can see the whole spectacle of the crowning of a new king. And there's so many scenes there because there's the throne room, then you have the battlefield scene, then you have the dungeons where there's a dragon that is incarcerated there. So there's a very exciting story line that we follow. And then we also have a lot of very beautiful backdrops and costumes, because these are all custom made for this production.
Okay. I have a question for you, Mr. Pahangno. So, based on what you're saying, we will expect basically Arthur, the child or the teen pulling the sword.
Yes, you will expect that.
You will have Merlin, definitely.
Yes, we'll have Merlin.
Oh, you'll have Guinevere.
Yes,
You'll have
the love
Lancelot.
interest.
How about Lancelot?
Yeah, the controversial figure, the greatest knight, but a very controversial character in the play. And our two Lancelots actually are already here. They're very excited to present their numbers. So one is also from Bohol, like us.
Okay.
So kanimagod si Eric is a paisano, no?
Oh.
And of course si Jojo, because of the Colina side of her family, I think. So, plug lang ko gamay. We have our coming Christmas party for the Círculo Boholano de Cebu, December 3. I hope you can attend. So, Jen Reed Lau Estrada is originally from Tagbilaran, right? And he came here, and after he auditioned, because we all auditioned for this, he qualified for the role of Lancelot. And the other guy is a mainstay and a regular in a lot of teleseries in the Philippines. I think he already just finished shooting a scene for Ironheart. Okay, so this is Mr. Mark Magtahas.
Will this be also about Camelot?
Yes,
and
this is
it will
about-
also be about a love story.
Yes, this is. There's a love story here.
Okay.
Of course, that's a very popular theme, and there's also deception and betrayal.
There's the Knights of the Round Table.
Yeah, the Knights of the Round Table will be here.
Kuwan, I'll ask you, no? Kaning English ni siya, di ni siya Cebuano,
Yes,
no?
English
Or
ni.
di siya Bisaya. So, klaro lang. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but we are using a neutral accent. We are not using a Scottish accent, just for the audience to be able to understand. But of course, in some of the actors, who are very fond of accents, you could probably hear them use a little bit, but just some of the words.
Yeah, we're actually adopting the American English, right?
Yes,
But this is in English.
Yeah, this is in English, but it's American English, but our accent is neutral.
Yeah.
Hindi ko hindi pareha ni Richard Harris o Richard Burton.
No, not that sort.
Yeah, it was quite Scottish. Like Sean Connery.
Apil sa doon ta si Sir Jojo.
Círculo Boholano, my father really born raised Boholano.
Yes,
Yeah, so
just
we're
like my
so
dad.
attached with the Boholano.
Yeah, so that's the reason why I'm inviting you
La
to.
Belia is really from Bohol.
Yeah, and your late brother, the late mayor, was a very active attendees in all of our Círculo Boholano de Cebu events. Yes, he very supportive and a wonderful sponsor as well in all of our.
You're also Boholano.
My dad is from Tagbilaran. I'm a
Balik
Pahang.
and Sud, ha?
Oh, mauga jud.
Ang atong Guinevere, who is playing Guinevere here?
Oh, we have two exciting actresses who play Guinevere. By the way, most of our cast, we have about 40, are predominantly in their 20s and 30s. We have a very young cast. It's only Ma'am Gaying Ligaya Rabago is the mystical lady of the lake, who is the most senior of us. One of the actresses is played by Johanna Beltran, and I worked along with her in Song of Bernadette, if you were familiar with that, in 2016 and 2017. That was produced by the Archdiocese of the Lourdes Parish. And the other Guinevere is Shaina Mahipos, and she's also a very talented actress and singer.
Sir, I'm just curious, how does it feel to finally be able to perform live on stage? I know for thespians, manggod, manggigil mo, no? It's really something that feeds your soul, right? So, I just want to know how it feels na you get to perform again.
Yeah, that's a very nice question, because we have been itching to perform after the last 2-year lockdowns, and we are pretty excited for this project. Very, very excited in the sense that, you know, we have had several rehearsals. Sometimes we end late at night, and then we have to rehearse again the following day. And there's a lot of things that we need to do because we have to help promote and market it. So, like yesterday, I was unable to join them because I was already losing my voice. Now, thank God, I'm recovering my voice. And there's a lot of very challenging scenes, because there's even a battle scene there, and sometimes the vocal requirement also is kind of very difficult. So we have to really train a lot. We have our vocal coaches. We have a dance director in the person of Bobby Bargamento. Our artistic director, by the way, is Roldan Ardinas, who just flew in from Siargao. Okay, from Siargao for a convention. He just went there for a few days. And then of course, our vocal director is Coach Heidi Pugoy. So we'd like to thank them for helping us out in this production. Yes, it's very exciting to be back again after a 2-year hiatus, as you have said. You know, I personally believe that art is an imitation of life, and with no projects in the last 2 years, you really want to, you know, go out there and perform again on stage. And music is a universal language because it is the language of the soul, so everyone can understand it and relate to it. So I believe that the Cebuano audience, who is very much musically inclined, would be very much enthusiastic in supporting this project.
So naanay ka ng katong scenes nila with Guinevere and Lancelot.
Kaya si Eric, na-notice na ko, ang katog yung mga controversial scenes, kaya yung ipang-pangutana. Yes, we don't have a love scene because it's not allowed. This is for general patronage. But we do have a romantic scene, so I'd like to differentiate between the two. So it's, you know, you perform that on stage with so much censorship, so to speak. But you can still see the intimacy between the two, and it's a beautiful moment wherein they share a song together.
What songs can they expect from this?
These are all original songs. We have over a dozen songs, I think. And there's a lot of actors who are playing here. It's not only one solo singer. So there's like some songs wherein we have lots of singers coming in at the same time. So expect if you've seen Song of Bernadette, and I'm talking to the televiewers, and you found the songs really beautiful because it was all original by a Cebuano songwriter named Jude Kitamondok. But this time, this is created by a Scottish musical producer or director, and we also have very beautiful songs here, all original. And we will make you laugh. We will make you hate some of the characters, like the anti-heroes. The guy here plays Mordred. I was a little bit confused. And the other one plays Lancelot. And then, like the other anti-hero is Morgana. And we will also make you cry because there's so many dramatic scenes there. It's a melodrama.
Mordred, para lang makabalo ang atong publiko, who is Mordred?
Mordred is the half-brother of King Arthur. They're really children of the same mother of King Arthur, so they're half brother. Morgana is also the sister of Mordred, so they make life miserable for King Arthur because, of course, they don't believe that he is the true heir to the throne, and they would like to overthrow the king, which happens all the time, even in politics. Di ba, Jo? They would like to overthrow the sitting, whoever that is, mayor, governor, president. So it happens all the time.
Seaside, right?
Oh, this is
Center
going to
stage.
be in a center stage, SM Seaside City. We're very happy to co-partner with them because that is the largest mall in not only in the country but in Asia.
A while ago, sir, you mentioned all of the sponsors no are helping you in this production, and I'm really just happy to know na kanang somebody's investing. Although it's kuan nga, it has to be somebody else from another country nga mo invest in Cebuano talent, but at least the investors are there. Hopefully, we get to develop an industry here in Cebu where performing arts can be really considered as your main job and not just your sideline gig, right?
I'm very happy that you mentioned that because in Manila, that is already being practiced. It
Yes.
is truly an industry in itself, and actors are being paid even if they don't have shows.
True.
They're just paid to rehearse, and to be prepared for the next shows. In Cebu and outside Manila, it's like a fledgling industry. It's still growing. But although in Cebu we have a lot of theater companies, we have a lot of theater groups. In fact, in this production, about 40 cast, we come from different theater groups because we all auditioned for it. And so those who qualified were given the roles. And sometimes we do a lot of recasting, even in the middle of the rehearsals, because we only started in July 20. Can you imagine? And the reason why you might be saying, why is it does it take for a foreigner to invest in this? It's because it's very expensive to mount a production.
Right.
Even the rental fee alone in SMC side is very pricey, and we have 2 days of shows. The rehearsals takes a lot of your resources because you have to feed the people and you have to give them some sort of an allowance, and then the costumes, and then the lights and sounds, the stage design, the props, risers, everything.
You have
Yeah,
to
I'm
be
so happy with it because we really missed it. Kaysa among panahon bitaw, panahon ka to Immaculada, we used to have Broadway shows.
Yes.
Yeah, and in fact also the STC. Pero namingaw naman these days, di ba?
Mo,
All
like,
these years.
but which leads me to my question, Sir Arnel. How challenging is it to actually ask people to pay to see a show here in Cebu?
Yeah.
Kaysa una man god mo tanaw, full house lagi pero compulsory kay kinahanglan silang English class, gi-require silang teacher. But karon ba, have we leveled up as a community that we actually pay to watch a show?
That's a very good question because right now, since there's been a lot of changes on the production, and it's my first time because I've been through a lot of other productions, musicals, straight plays, we have asked the lead cast to help us in marketing and promoting it. So that's the reason why we're going to radio stations, to campus tours. In fact, they were just at the University of San Jose Recoletos yesterday to promote it because there was a very big event there, and they were able to perform at the Recoletos Coliseum. So it's very challenging in the sense that although Cebuanos love music, but we are also very stingy. No, may kamahal sa ticket. Diba? But the tickets are only, the most expensive is only 1,000 pesos. And there's a particular market for that bracket. And then they have 750 and 500. But we also have special discounts, as I've said, for the PWD, senior citizens and students. And it's only 350 pesos. So if you go to Starbucks, probably a cup of coffee would cost you 150 plus your donut, and that's about 350, and you'll only consume that in like less than half an hour. But this is a 2-hour show. This is actually a 2-hour show, and with your 350 as a student, PWD or senior citizen, you can now help promote local talent.
Is your Guinevere as beautiful as Miss Andy here?
Actually, it's a very difficult question to answer because Andy is here, and I'm being invited to guest in her show. So I would say that Andy is more beautiful.
Audition niya ako sunod, sunod
Yeah,
round.
now I can see we have talents here, no? Ikaw, Rick, di ka mo audition?
Mubayad na lang ko.
Audition niya ako, amahan.
Sige, so before we give you a preview of the performance, let's open the floor for questions to our friends from the media. Gia Navarro from CCTN would like to start.
May buntag, Sir Jojo. This is Gia Navarro from CCTN Channel 47. At nahisgutan naman nato ang stage, which is the-mention ni mo nga, amphitheater ang iyang type. Na-curious lang ko,
Let me just clarify it. The amphitheater type is the kaning bleacher.
Okay.
Yeah, more or less pareha ba sa grandstand sa Abiliana. You know, the stage itself is still the same size, like it was about 400 square meter size. Yung katubitaw na imurag ramp on both sides for the performers to get up, then perform on the main stage. And by the way, our backdrop will be more on LEDs, LED wall, and then go down and nasa laing ramp on the other side. Yeah, but the amphitheater type is the bleacher.
The bleachers.
Yeah.
Since na naman open area namang gyud ang mao nga venue unya lauman nga init unya usay mo uwan. Well, unpredictable gyud ang weather. Ang setup ba ni Sir Jojo kaning dunabay ibutan tanan dunay murag ka pandungan something para para dili kuan para at least makalikayin man sab ang heat stroke not only for the performers kundi apil sa bang audience.
Actually, that is what we are working out on the plan, no? That especially katong mga smaller bleachers na naman, gi-design na naman to sa mga roofing, mga light materials or kining murag net type of kuan. And this time since this main amphitheater type bleacher, dako-dako magyud ni, so that's what we are really working out also if we can do to alleviate the heat of the sun.
As well as sa uwan sab.
And the rain probably.
Kaya na-mention man nimong challenging ni siya in terms sa engineering aspects. Kaning how long ba siguro matukod ang mismong the stage as well as the amphitheater type nga bleachers usa pa makita how long ang mismong construction and since
Most of the materials are actually being constructed remotely. Kay kuan man ni sila, it takes only very few minutes and hours to construct this. Kay most of them are prefabricated and precasts ang mga concrete sides, no? And especially kato galing naghimo mig demo among the executive committee with the smaller bleachers, it only took about 5 minutes to assemble. Yeah, so I guess we have to entrust it to the engineers, especially with the Dakay construction.
It's a matter of weeks siguro ang construction ani Sir Jojo. It's a matter of weeks ba ni siya?
Yeah, kadiutra ni siya for sure because puro man ay mga experience into constructing buildings, especially the Dakay construction. And Sir Bo Vargas also is with the SRP. Ahibaw naman na siya sa mga unsay giplan diha sa SRP area, especially with buildings.
Okay, in terms of the contingents, as of now, initially 15
Yeah.
ang ato ang contingents. They are, I think, sagol na ni out of town, doon gikan sa Cebu.
Wala pa ni city.
Okay. Doon na batay gikuha na to nga target pila kabok mga contingents ang maka-perform sa Grand Parade.
Of course, we do not limit this since ang atong giapas you just cannot limit contingents, no? But what we are after for is not the quantity but the quality of performers. Diba? And through track records of choreographers, track record of the group, you can actually maka-tell man ka kung kuan. Kay there are of course doon naman ni gamayng assistants na may uban good who will just join just for other reasons or motive. Yeah. Okay.
Ang concern since sa SRP na magide mag-perform asa man ang mamahimong kapuy-an na unya sa mga contingents, especially those kana mga out of town contingents tuod Sir Jojo.
Before City Central, nahimo man na mga classrooms, Abiliana. Now since ang duol-duol dito is what we are actually having negotiations or also an approval, Mambaling Elementary School, and in fact UP already approved of the use of the UP SRP. Yeah, doon na natin approval. then we're still actually ka ng mga nearby schools which definitely they agreed also.
So naki-coordinate na ta sa ato ang DepEd siguro Cebu City Division for that.
Somebody is in charge of this accommodation. It's Miss Judy Yap, and she's been doing this. She's actually an organic employee of the City Health Scholarship, and she's been doing this for years also.
Going back sa mismo nga stage, gubikan kay weather is unpredictable namang gyud Sir Jojo. Syempre, naagyud bay kuan kato-ato ang mga or mapun or mudaghan ba ang medical team nga mo'y mo responde
Yeah, we
just in
have
case?
areas for the emergency response area. Not only the paramedics or the ambulances and everything, but all na sila. And in fact, doon naman tayo katong mga cleaning group nga very efficient under Miss Grace sa Kwan sa City Hall. Actually, they are very active, especially sa aftercare also. And Probe with under Miss Raquel RRC is also naasigi sa meetings. Okay, naman tayo mga clusters in every areas. Security, social welfare, and all the other areas kining clusters in doing sinulog here.
Na-curious bang ko since lauman nato nga up to 9,000 nga may mga spectators especially on the venue. Curious lang ko Sir Jojo kaning ang tibok palibot ba sa the venue alirungan ba ni siya sa kapulisan o kasundaluhan para ang palibot aron sa ingon mamahimo nga luwas unya walay naunta way mo to mga kagubot.
We just had a meeting a few days ago with the police CCPO, I said, and si Colonel, the deputy chief, actually assured us already that there is an augmentation force, no? Yeah, that will be from the region that will be brought here in Cebu City.
And patayin masab na siguro na itong coordination together with other agencies like sa LTO and LTFRB o sa ingon man sa CTOM in terms of the traffic.
They will play a very big role. Yes, CTOM. In fact, every executive meeting naagyo na silang mga representatives. Yeah, and also part of the cluster na. And also the crowd control.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Sir Bobby Knight?
Good morning, Madam. Good morning, Sir Eric. Good morning, Sir Jojo.
Good morning,
Brother.
Sir Bob.
Good morning to all the viewers nagtanaw sa mong forum. Sir, murag ubay-ubay ang atong ika-question aning sinulog karon now.
Yes, sir.
Na forgive me kung may tabo na dili kayo pleasing sa iyong dunggan kay daghan masang bugol-bugol na dungog sa ubang mga tao.
I understand, sir.
Okay, sir. First question is, kisay ga-approve ani o nganong na-approve ni na ato sa SM? Cancel.
SRP, SN.
Oh, kanamang nabalhin dito sa ang venue sa maong
Yeah,
lugar.
it's actually part of the program of the mayor, Mayor Mike Rama.
Okay, we will respect the decision of the mayor. But
Yes,
then, if you let your mind travel to the past memories, we are almost 40 years celebrating Santo Niño.
Yes.
And the concept of the organizer, the one who created such a beautiful phenomenon that is seen globally, accepted by the people, especially the Christian world.
Yeah.
Diri man ni sa Cebu naglibot-libot ang mga tao, ang maong activities. Reason na makakita ang mga klase-klaseng tao, young and old, poor and rich, can witness this spectacular type of presentation.
You're referring to Odilao.
Si
Mayor Solon.
Kuya David Odilao Jr.
Yeah.
during the time of Mayor Solon.
Yes.
And we were participants at that time, nagatiniil pa ganun no?
Yeah.
So, in other words, Tuyok lang diri sa mga streets sa
Yes,
Cebu.
sir.
And it is being witnessed by thousands or millions of people just to witness these said activities.
Yes, sir.
Nakaroon, auto ta dito sa SM, sa nang lugar na diya, no? Ang mga doon na rekutse, ang doon ay mga can afford makasakay taxi or mga doon ay mga Yamasita treasures, ang mga pobre taon is being denied by
Actually, sir, ang My Bus, doon na sad sila proposal na to have a route for that Sinulog Day. My bus kining dagkong bus sa SM, sir, and with the doon na pa ni mga giplans, in fact habal-habal kining unsa ning usa ka kuan habal-habal nga angkas. Yeah, they are also volunteering. Yeah.
Sir.
Doon at minimal rate.
Sir, with your respect, bisa pag uskalibo ng bus na, unsa ng bus na diya, di gid ba ka accommodate kay traffic man na diya, di musang-musango na dito sa Metabo, di na lang gid mo adto ang mga tao. So in other words, with due respect, we are depriving the poor people to witness sa ilang devotion to Santo Niño, part of their belief, no? Unya tungod na sir, murang naikawan sila. That's one area. Second, magagama-magamog dito mga stage, sa mga stage ito, ang pichiter sa diya, that is not their money being spent for that purpose. Whereas the Rizabeliana, nanatanan, karo mo gasto tag something for that, and then that will be dismantled after the sinulog. So, ang kwarta gigamit pa diya para sa poor, nakamalipay.
No, not necessarily dismantle, sir. Kay it will be available man sad for rentals niya later. Nya ikaduha, nasa mga, in fact, doon na nag-religious group ka gusto mo use the stage right after. In fact, doon na sa mga concerts ni Hangyo, mga post-sinulog celebration, no? Kay wa na mo gidi-discourage man na mo ning dakong concert during the Sinulog week, kay puno naman ang schedules. At the same time, talking about the city devotion, sir, ang sa religious activities, mao manggihapon ang route like the procession, walk with Jesus, walk with Mary, mao gihapon ang route along the city. Now, in fact, during one of our meetings with the kining friars sa Basilica, ang ila ganing concern sa doon mismo nga ang kinikunong mga devotees nga mo attend from all around, even these days na, ni raise up to 150%. So it's high time sa siguro nga atong palapdan ang area sa atohang celebration sa fiesta of Señor Santo Niño, sir.
Okay, nindot ang inyong mga plano.
Yes, sir.
It remains to be seen. But, okay, permanente mo na that will be a white elephant type
Yes,
of
I understand.
construction because layo magod.
Yes, sir.
Kanya, ang traffic lang na diya, musango ka diya, no?
Yes.
So muna, sir, na siguro after this Sinulog 2023, kailangan you shall return sa main avenue sa Cebu City kay daghang mga taong makakita. Once a year ko na.
Yes,
O niya,
I
karon,
understand.
kung dito daton, burag ang mga tao ato magsuksok dito sa SM. So more on business na tabo dito. Nga mga kwartahan, mura maka-afford. Anyway, sir, na naman na, so ato nang respetahan.
Thank you, sir.
Pero you
Thank
have to review that. You have
Yes,
to
sir.
review.
Yeah, we will. That's well noted, sir.
Oh,
yeah.
you have to
We will
review
open
that.
that to the group, sir. Okay. Yeah, it's actually an organization, man. No, the Sinulog Foundation, City Government of Cebu, and in fact, there is an execom composed of some councilors and kami sa foundation.
Remember, sir, dagang kay mga factors that you have to consider.
Yes, sir.
Security, transportation, medical, tanan.
Very valid, sir.
Unya, di tayo metabo na di can comply or accommodate all this kind of in case na mga gitawag mga problema, no?
Yeah, and concerns.
So,
yeah,
ang important na all systems go.
we need your prayers, sir.
Pero remember, sir, og inclement weather metabo, ato na tanam sa musa. Di na ang suntunan nyo mo di ato ko dili kao na lang na dito sa isay mo pasilong dito. So ang katong walay di ba psychiatrist sigang mata.
Your
Ang
concern is
dunay.
very valid,
Di ba, sir?
Yes, sir.
Munang
I agree with
palihog
you.
lang, sir. Sulti ng kinsa ng inyong mga kwanda na i-review.
Yeah.
Kay muna bagol-bol sa kadaghanan.
I understand.
Kunya, ang diri kung nakasakay, galisod ganin ng mga tao, diri pa Cebu City,
mao.
maglakaw lang tao na maglakaw. So, kalayo dito glakto ng tanan.
Naniniwala
Mga
sa
bata,
Tagatay.
gagmay, maglakaw, happy.
Oo.
But at that distance, murag Surupol Mystery, may tabo sa uban na
Good terminology, I mean, good naming,
di ba, sir?
Yeah, oo.
Pero anyway, if the intention is good, praise the Lord. But if the intention is different,
Yes, sir.
then ang talaga pong ampo. Amen?
Yeah, it's a very good, valid concern, sir. Wa man ka mo machine gunning na mo. You are just
Mo
aiming
lagi,
your
sir,
concern.
ganun,
Yes, sir. Only ang style.
Doon ay lagang sige, kan ba, mo interact man gani, pero sinalang, karon timingan ikaw, pasaylo wala to.
Thank you, Sir Bob.
Ako mo nagdala sa
I really appreciate it.
Di ba? O niya,
Yes.
kaning, one man tell a question, basta, we have to pray so hard that all systems go. O niya, muna akong biliban ni Sir Eric, no?
We need everybody's prayer, good sir. That this will be more successful. Yeah.
Mag-ampol lang kita na all systems go, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Kamantanan dahil naninguhan, naning kamot, na okay ra,
Oo.
no? Nagkaroon, areta, we will targetize the other side, no? Brother, kanang imong talent yatag sa Ginoo, pila na makakatuoy na experience na eh.
Nag-start ko ni estudyante pa man ko, Mr. Knight. When elementary ko, I was a member of the Theater Arts Guild. And then pag high school, Glee Club. Pag college, USJ Dramatics Guild. If you are familiar with Dr. Milagros Castillo Espina, I was mentored by her because active maganas madam in terms of honing young talents. So, but after college, mangitam kitag trabaho. So I did not focus on it much. I just wanted to get a job and get a good income. And then I went abroad. I worked in 4 countries in 5 years. And then I came back and then joined the financial services sector. During that time, nakita na sa kong mga director. So I started doing these projects.
Okay. Unsa may the most memorable and fascinating experiences that you have encountered, be it joyful, luminous, sorrowful, or glorious mystery?
In what sense, Mr. Knight? Yeah.
In what aspects? All aspects.
Oh, okay. Well, being an artist is my passion. No, I graduated at a very, it's a very different degree. I was a communications and marketing major in college, but being a performer is really my passion. My interests. So, it's a very different feeling because although I work hard to earn an income, but then I also aspire to pursue my passion on stage. And it's not only on stage because I also do films, commercials, even print commercials. So it's not as well compensating as when you're doing a business because labi na fledgling pa man, growing pa ang industry ba here. So dili kami, we're not well paid. So that's probably the greatest challenge. If you're sometimes gani, I don't get paid for the work that I do. I mentioned some projects in the past. Some producers or directors would approach me and they would say, "Na we're doing this for a cause." So I will do it for free, But in this case, I'm paid, but not really a very big pay, reasonable.
Now, sir, what's your greatest challenge now?
My greatest challenge now?
Now.
My greatest challenge now is for me to be able to because the shows is this weekend naman. So we need to have more ticket sales so that we will have, because we're already ready for the next project next year. So we already have a script for that. We already have the songs for it. In fact, ito bagyo nila na si Andy, even si Eric o si Jojo would want to be a part of it. So we will be opening auditions probably next month, December and in January. So our greatest challenge right now, my greatest challenge being part of the marketing and promotions, is to be able to help sell all 4,000 tickets because we have 6 shows.
Okay, last question. Are you happy with your work?
That's why he did it.
Oh, well, there's 2 things I think imong question. My work as an employee or as a businessman, or my work in terms of my passion and my pursuits. No, of course, is as a businessman or an income earner, I'm very happy because of the income, but it does not give me the fulfillment or satisfaction that I'm looking for when it comes to pursuing what I really love to do, which is stage or hosting or public speaking.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sir Bobby.
Thank you, Sir Bob.
Thank you for that very volcanic question.
Volcanic yun. Pero as a rejoinder lang, if I
Yes,
may.
yes.
If I may, nasad. Ako magandang line sa show, if I may. As to your question, Mr. Knight, regarding the move to of the street parade or whatever you call it, Joe, gani? Grand
Grand Parade.
Grand Parade to the SRP. You know, change is always not easy. Because as you've said, in the last 40 years, mauna gyud ning naandan. But ako, I'm younger than you are. If I look at it, because I also, you know, I did my college here and I graduated from the University of San Jose Recoleto, so I saw that part. Na yeah, the Grand Parade was done in the streets of Colon and Jones. No, it's wonderful to see it there. But over time, the population has boomed. So when you think about it. I was there. I walked those streets for 10 straight years since college. Because I really enjoyed it. No, init kayo mag-uwan magina towards the evening. I don't know why, for some reason. Mawanan mi nangahubog mi diha, nami din na nangatog sa Fuente Circle. But my point is, I don't think it's already. I think it's about time said that we have to move. Like, the streets have not expanded. It's still the same street size. And then when you say nga mga sakyanan, mga to dito. To be honest, I have my own car. I'm from Lahug. I will have to park somewhere in Escarrio. Dili na ko kato sa Capitol because grabe na gyud ka daghang tao. So it's still no longer viable actually to hold it there. Yes, I agree with you. It's being watched by millions, but you know, if people want to watch it, they will always have a way to go there. No, mayon ka was like we walk, even if nami sakyanan, we have to walk because we really want to watch the entire spectacle. Lahi man good when you see it on television than live, di ba?
Right.
So mora na, that's my 10 cents of it. It's about time siguro because you know, the SRP is very wide and then almost empty pa, no? And we also have to promote it to the world that it is a very good location for investment.
And for sure, we will be evaluating after if angay bang ipadayon sa SRP in 2024.
Right, Miss Andy. Yeah, I agree with you.
Director Jojo, health protocols, just in case, kung napa ba?
Napa man yun atong no, everybody's encouraged to wear masks, but since this is an open area, di ba? Naaman tayo directive, naaman tayo executive order.
Yes.
On open spaces, you have the option, di ba?
Pasingit lang ko, Sir Joe, ang kaning mga negosyante, pwede bang mamaligya sa SRP?
Yeah. In fact, we can. They can channel it through our marketing person, si Miss Villarica. Stephanie, yeah, she's
Okay.
our marketing person here.
So they will have to contact Miss Stephanie for the permits.
Permits and the permits will be with the foundation, but for the kining sponsorship package and what they want to offer, what they want to sell, I guess it's good that they will discuss it with the marketing group
Okay.
of Stephanie Villarica. Yeah.
Director Jojo, kapila na ko naka-volunteera na para sa Sinulog ug akong brigade no sa Army. sa 1901st.
Yeah.
Ang problema gyud ako maluoy gyud ko kanang mga plastic nga mga bottles
Yeah.
nga mabilin sa dalan tapos usahay malakwan sa mga contingent. SRP karon kay mas gamay naman ang location. Basig pwede nato butangan og mga garbage along the way gyud.
Yeah, I forgot to mention it. Dunay gi-design nga in a few minutes at ma-assemble to siya nga garbage bins. Oh, yan naibutang na lang to ang kuan kaning mga garbage plastics. Igbutang atong mura garbage bin nga made of kaning screen kanang bitang metal nga murag chicken wire nga dagko. I-assemble na siya adto ang plastic, then hipos to ibutang lang sa kilid sa bleachers ang mga plastics once mapuno. Part of it. And in fact, very active man ang atong mga kinagitawag og seset sa City Hall. Under Grace Luardo also.
All right, sige. So we have 5 minutes more. I think that we are now going to finally, but before that, Sir Eric, they are going to give us a taste of what we're going to expect this coming weekend. So Sir Arnel, would you like to do the honors of introducing your cast members who's going to give us a sneak peek performance this morning?
Yeah, I'd like to ask them to introduce themselves as well, but we cannot perform the usual numbers because the ladies aren't here, the two Guinevere's, the two Morganas, and even the two Arthurs, but we will do our very best to be able to perform because there are song numbers wherein it's like an ensemble song, so we can still perform. So, gentlemen, please come forward and introduce yourselves.
Hello everyone, I'm Mark Anthony Magdahas. I'll be playing Mordred or Sir Mordred on this play. Thank you, Open Line, My TV.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jen Reed Isaiah Estrada. I will be playing Sir Lancelot during the first day, November 26th, for The Path to Avalon, King Arthur the Musical. And I hope you like our song lineup today. We will be singing 3 songs for you guys. The first one is called Stronger Together, which is a thematic song of our musical, which is a song about unity and uniting us all. Second one is a little bit of a controversial one called Temptation. It is a song about Guinevere and Lancelot's affair. Just a little sneak peek of that as well. And the last one is called Beyond Tomorrow, which is a longing and hopeful song about destiny and following it and seeing what your path beholds beyond the sight you see. So I hope you like it.
United in one name, so let a fire
once again on the 27th, on the 26th of November.
Wandering seems to be the theme. I dreamed of life beyond tomorrow. Long past days I seem to borrow. I lie awake and I watch the moon and stars. Far too soon each day. Plans we make will always be just like the ebbing tide. You turn away, I kiss your cheek. Tears they try to hide. Dry your eyes and weep. There is no time for sorrow. New life awaits for you, my love. A life beyond tomorrow. I dreamed of life beyond tomorrow. Long past days I seem to borrow. I lie awake and I watch the moon and stars. One morning light appears. It appears far too soon. My love. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, My TV.
Thank you so much. Uy, nagbarog na. More nag-program na ang open line. Thank you so much, Sir Jojo. We'd like to invite you again in front so that we would give our speakers the opportunity to give their parting statements to close our forum this morning. So, Sir Jo, would you like to start? Unsa lang ato ang final reminders alang sa tanan, alang sa umaabot nga Sinulog 2023 at the SRP.
I'm inviting the general public, the devotees, especially the pilgrims who come to Cebu, to, of course, be spectators of our Sinulog 2023. This is a one Cebu island, like how the mayor would open this. This is City Government of Cebu, Sinulog Foundation Incorporated, in cooperation and collaboration with the province of Cebu, the multi-cities at the SRP 10th city. So this is Sinulog presenting the Sinulog 2023.
Yay, thank you so much. And finally, Sir Arnel, please do go ahead and promote King Arthur Path to Avalon.
Once again, I'd like to invite the viewing public. I know that the Cebuanos are very musically inclined to watch our production called The Path to Avalon, King Arthur the Musical. On November 26th and 27th, we have 3 shows per day, 1 p.m., 4 p.m., and 7 p.m. Our tickets are at 1,750 and 500 pesos. And we have special discounts for students, PWDs, and senior citizens at only 350 pesos. You can purchase your tickets online through www.tickettome.net. Once again, www.ticket2me.net. If you're unable to purchase your tickets because of technical challenges, you may opt to go there yourselves on the 26th and 27th. Choose the time and you can buy tickets on site. So this is produced by Alba Music Productions, and our sponsors are, of course, SMC Side City. Our media partners, MyTV, thank you very much. The region's #1 blogger is Sugbo.ph, and of course, CDN Link.
Alright, daghan kaayong salamat sa itong mga guest speakers, Sir Jojo Laballa, and of course, Sir Arnel Pahang, and sa ato ang mga performers nga mipasundayag sa ilang talento alang kanato karong buntaga. Daghan sad kaayong salamat to Harold's Evotel Cebu for providing us with our beautiful venue for this Tuesday morning. Daghang salamat sa itong mga friends from the media for joining us live, Sir Bobby Knight, Gia Navarro, Decime Padilla, o ato ang mga viewers online. Thank you so much.
And thank you very much, Andy, and thank you to our guest. Till next Tuesday for Open Line. This is Eric Espina.
This has been Andy Patania Matthew, and we'll see you all next Tuesday. Daghang salamat.